The live. Y'all can't hear what I'm saying? Hello. Yo, let me know if you can hear in the comment section. I have no idea what's going on. Goodness gracious. There we go. All right, cool. We in there. We in there. All right, cool. So Damian Lillard is headed to the Miami Heat. Let's go. This is huge news. This is huge news for the NBA. There are so many implications to this. There are so many implications to how the Blazers are going to rebuild their team. But for the Miami Heat, y'all, this is incredible. This is incredible news for the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are now in a situation where they're going to be able to put Damian Lillard next to Jimmy Butler, next to Bam Adebayo, and they're going to have one of the best big threes in the NBA. They're going to have the best big three in the Eastern Conference. Again, the trade is not official, but Damian Lillard has specifically said he only wants to go to the Miami Heat. So this is basically a done deal. Basically a done deal. The Portland Trailblazers have already communicated that they will be willing to work with Damian Lillard on getting something done. There will be a third team that will get involved. But the gist of it is that they're going to have Damian Lillard with Jimmy Butler, with Bam Adebayo. That's crazy. That is crazy. Damian Lillard, y'all, he's really last year, he came off of one of the best years of his career this past season. He really did. Damian Lillard, over the last season, man, was one of the best players in the NBA, one of the best guards in the NBA, and he really got the chance to show how good he is. He averaged 32.2 points a game, 7.3 assists per game, 4.8 rebounds per game, played 58 games. He shot 46% from the field. He shot 37% from three on 11 attempts a game. And then he also shot 91% from the free throw line on almost 10 attempts. Almost 10 attempts. That's insane, y'all. This is going to be one of the best pickups a team has made in the last several years, I believe. Damian Lillard is a certified baller. He is one of the best scoring and pick and roll guards in the NBA. Y'all, just this past season, just to give you like some insight on how good he is, this past season, Damian Lillard was one of the most frequently used pick and roll ball handlers in the NBA, and they averaged 1.13 points per possession with Damian Lillard as the main ball handler. And he shot 47% on those shots. He's excellent. One of the best shooters, step back shooters, like one of the best just isolation players in the NBA. Like he really just has it all. Like Damian Lillard legitimately has it all in his bag. Now, obviously, defensively, he's not great. But again, isolation last year, Damian Lillard, 4.9 possessions a game. Damian Lillard averaged 1.17 points per game. That's an isolation score last year, and had a 49% field goal percentage as well. That's incredible. That is incredible. So I think that Nuggets fans, obviously, this doesn't affect you all as much just because, now the Blazers are going to be building around Scoot Henderson. They're going to be building around Anthony Simons and maybe Nasir Little, even though I think that if the Nuggets can, that would be a great get. See if you can get somebody like Nasir Little, a good wing player. But they're also going to build around Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, and Shaden Sharp. And that's the way to go. That's the way to go. I think that's a really smart thing for them. And Damian Lillard, obviously, is 32. He'll be 33, I think, on July 10th, if I believe correctly. He'll be 33 years old, July 10th. Damian Lillard, came out of Weber. He was the 6th overall pick in 2012. And he's really done everything that he can to try and elevate that Portland team. They just haven't had a great roster around him. But I'll tell you what, Damian Lillard next to Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, y'all, are we serious? Their defense is going to be great. Their offense, when it needs to be, will be very good. They'll have two shot makers down the stretch of games, and Dame and Jimmy. And maybe they keep Caleb Martin. We'll see. But the ability that they're going to have to change their scheme and the way they're going to be able to cover up a lot of Dame's deficiencies as a defender, Yeah, I really just don't really see a lot of downsides to this. This is only upsides. I think that the Miami Heat position themselves to potentially be the best team in the Eastern Conference next year, right? And y'all got to think, Brooke Lopez is currently not signed, and apparently the Houston Rockets, they might be looking to make a move on Brooke Lopez. Jakob Poeltl just got a 4-year, $80 million deal. Just got a 4-year, $80 million deal. So we'll see how that impacts Brooke Lopez. But if I'm Brooke, I'm not taking less than Jakob Poeltl. So are the Bucks going to pay him $25 million a year, $30 million a year? We don't know. And he's already got his ring. So that's where we are right now. Does Brooke Lopez return? If not, Giannis, Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday still very good, but they're just not. They're not the cream of the crop in the East. Obviously, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, with Derek White, with Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, Robert Williams, still a very good team, an elite team, arguably top 2 team in the Eastern Conference, one of the best 4 teams maybe in the entire NBA. But Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Bam, maybe Caleb Martin, maybe Kevin Love returns. Who knows? Maybe they still keep Haywood Highsmith, even though I would like for the Nuggets to see if they can get Haywood Highsmith out of this deal. Something like that. They're going to have a lot of options in front of them. And they're probably going to keep Duncan Robinson, too, in this deal because they're probably going to get rid of Tyler Hero. We'll see. Maybe they trade Duncan Robinson. But this is really just a really, really great addition for them. This is a great opportunity for the Portland Trailblazers, man. They really just have an opportunity to rebuild around Scoot, Anthony Simons, and Shaedon Sharpe. They got Jeremy Grant, even though he got a 5-year, $160 million deal. 5 years, 160 for Jeremy Grant. Since he left, by the way, for Jeremy Grant, since he left the Denver Nuggets in 2020, he has signed a total of 8 years, $220 million, which, hey, man, get your bag. Well-deserved. Get your bag. That's a lot of money. 5 years, 160. Fred VanVleet yesterday got 3 years, $130 million. Jamal Murray, 3 years, 133 actually. Jamal Murray is eligible for a 3-year, $144 million extension. Does Jamal Murray wait now? Does he want to wait because he sees Fred VanVleet? Because he sees Fred VanVleet get a deal like that. So we'll have to see, man. But I just wanted to give some early thoughts on this. I think Damian Lillard is going to be really good with the Miami Heat. Again, one of the best pick and roll players in the NBA. Bam Adebayo, one of the best playmaking bigs in the NBA. One of the best isolation scorers in the NBA. Playing next to some spot up shooting. Playing next to some good cutters. Playing next to Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler. Yeah. This is it. This is it for them. This is it for Dame. This is it for the Miami Heat. I think this is a great option. I think this is all great for them. I don't see really any downside at all for the Miami Heat or for Damian Lillard in doing this deal. I really don't. I think the Heat gives you an opportunity here. I think that giving an opportunity to the Heat to maximize this window with Jimmy Butler basically in his mid-30s, Bam Adebayo still young on his contract, and giving Damian Lillard maybe his last 3 years in his prime, maybe 4 years, getting a chance to go and win at a high level. Yeah, this could be a Kevin Garnett to the Boston Celtics move. This could be a Kevin Garnett to the Boston Celtics move, meaning that this could be an opportunity for them to be like, look, KG spent all those years in Minnesota, was an MVP, all NBA level player for so many of those years. Now they got to face him, but this changes the paradox of the NBA because now the Miami Heat, I think they're one of the 3 major players in the Eastern Conference. I think James Harden is leaving the Clippers or leaving for the Clippers, so we'll see how that works out. But again, Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics, and Milwaukee Bucks, man, that's the story. Now the Western Conference is loaded. It's crazy loaded. It's crazy loaded. But I think the idea, though, that the Heat are going to be able to build around this, I just think is really good. Really smart move for them. Really, really shrewd move. Accumulating assets and making sure they're well positioned to make a move like this for an arguable top 10 player in Damian Lillard. So this is a really, really great move for them, y'all. So I think Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot Henderson, and Anthony Simons is going to be a nice little trio to build around for the Portland Trailblazers, including whoever they get back. Now, they could end up rerouting some players. They could end up rerouting maybe Tyler Hero or something like that, or maybe even Anthony and just going extremely young with Shaden and Scoot. Nasir Little. But they got some nice assets. They're going to get some assets out of this, and they can really just do what they need to do. They just never did a good enough job building around Dame. But yeah, I think that the Miami Heat, man, I think they legit are players coming out, and I think they could easily, very, very feasibly, if the trade goes through, obviously, very feasibly make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and then make it to the NBA Finals. But we'll see, y'all. But Swiper Gang, Mile High Sports, y'all. I just wanted to give just a nice little bump. I'm doing a show later, and it's going to be with a special guest. But I just wanted to go ahead and dive into this, man, because this is really big news. This is like NBA changing news as well. We'll see what happens with the rest of free agency, the rest of today. But Damian Lillard being traded to the Miami Heat, many of us thought it could happen, but it definitely looks like it's going to happen, y'all. So Swiper Gang, I will see y'all on the other side. See y'all soon. We out.